Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today from our friends at Hunkydory Crafts, I have moonstone cutting dies. This is cherry blossom birds, cosmos butterflies, buttercup bee, and wonderful wildflowers. They're beautiful edger cutting dies, just like this one. I can't wait to show you what else we came up with, so come play with us. So for this first gorgeous card, cherry blossom birds, Debbie went a little more fall with it, just to give you some ideas about how you can take this away from a spring cherry blossom into all seasons. So for her background papers, whoops, Debbie used North Country Paper Pack, which is a gorgeous collection, beautiful fall colors. I particularly love the buffalo plaid on here. We've also got these beautiful leaves, gorgeous. And then for her birds, she just did a little cutout of brown glitter cardstock, which is perfect. And then we've got, so behind each bird, there's a little bit of vellum. Maybe we can zoom in on this. And I'm going to show you how she did that technique. It's just beautiful. And you can buy sheets of vellum from Paper Wishes. They come in a 10-pack like this. We also have them in other sizes as well. Now, the die, this beautiful edger die, is actually a little bit longer than 6 inches. It's about 6 1/4 inches. So when you place it on your 6 1/2 inch card, it's no problem to clip a little bit the top and bottom. However, it won't go through your 6-inch wide platform machines unless you do the following trick. Okay, so here I've got my card. I'm going to place this right here on my card. Okay, and you would just tape that down with a little low-tack tape. I like to tape mine on this edge because this is the edge that gets cut away. And we all know no matter how great the tape is, sometimes it gets kind of smushed down and it's a little hard to cut off, to peel off when it's under all that pressure. So this way it doesn't matter, it gets cut away. Then what you're going to do is take some cardstock, okay, just scrap cardstock, place it here if you need to. 2 is fine. And then we're going to take the back of the card and we're going to wrap it around to the front, right? Now you can take another layer and put it on here if you'd like, or you can just leave it and you're going to turn it. This is 5 inches wide and it's going to pass through your die cutting machine any size with no problem, all right? Now let's address this warping that goes on in the back. So you have this beautiful die cut edge along your card. Okay, but you do have some warping on the back, and our solution to that is just take some solid cardstock, glue that in place, and no one is going to see it from the front. Yeah, it's going to be a little warped from the back, but by the time it goes through the mail and everything, it's going to be fine. So that is our solution to using these dies that are a little bit too wide and accommodating any size machine. All right, so let's also take a look at the vellum technique here. Well, first I'm going to address the glitter cardstock. So she cut the little bird again out of this brown glitter cardstock. And what we do with that is just take a small amount, just cut out a little scrap and just place that right there. You're not doing the entire thing. And then we're going to take our tiny little scissors and we're going to actually cut away the portions that are not already die cut, just like that. Sort of releasing this little bird from, let's see, and then Debbie made this great card. You just go around like that. You're just cutting away those elements. And then you can leave a portion of the flower. There you go. And then down here, she just sort of used your imagination here and sort of cut that where you believe the bird would be. All right. Let's get rid of those scraps. And then this just gets placed right on top. You just add a little glue to the back and it just placed right over the top. And then on the back, you're going to take a little bit of the vellum and place that right on the back of the bird. And what I like to do, see if you can see here, she just sort of used this one, the glitter one, as her pattern, and then sort of cut it and place the glitter. So if this was vellum, you would just go right there. Oops, I'm off camera, sorry. Right there. And then she took a couple of pens here. So we've got dark red, and then we've got some earth brown and some dull green. Just color in those cherry blossoms so that they stand out against this nice blue background, which is also included in the North Country paper pack. And it just gives everything a nice fall look. And this is a nice little greeting dazzle here. This is from We're Together, and then we've got a little bit of burgundy ribbon there. So beautiful card and some nice little cutaway techniques there. All right, let's show you another one. Oh, here's this gorgeous bee. Here we go. Here's our buttercup bee, and it is so sweet. It's upside down. Here's our buttercup bee. And Debbie, for this one, actually used bone. This is what it looks like when it comes straight from your die cutting machine. Just like this. And what Debbie did with this one, she die cut it from black, and then she took her scissors, turn it upside down here, and just sort of made some wavy cuts all the way down the edge. Probably larger scissors would be better to use. All right, and then that is just being glued along the edge here, which she also cut into a nice little edge, and then glued that right there, and then just trimmed that even with the card. And I like how it's even going in a little bit of an angle. It's not straight like that, but the edge is accommodating for that. So this is a 6.5 by 5 inch card, and she used, let me grab the paper pack. This is Sunflowers 12 by 12 patterned cardstock with the coordinating beautiful cardstock, solid cardstock as well. And then the Thinking of You dazzles come from the Everyday Dazzle Greetings, a little bit of red gingham ribbon here. And then if we can see on the back here, oops, there's a dazzle stuck there. She went ahead and took little pieces of paper and glued those to the back of the cutting die, or the die cut rather. And then what we're going to do is to kind of, so that is not sort of shown when somebody opens the card. You can just take another piece of cardstock and you can just glue that just like that, right? So that when you open the card, it's got a nice clean edge, right? And then also wanted to show you just to kind of how to cut around those little paper backed pieces here. And here I just have a 5.5 by 6 card. I took some wood and textures paper. I'm just going to glue that to my card front. This is just a sort of a quick alternative to a lot of sort of paper piecing on your card. We're just going to glue that right there. All right, so same thing. I've got this cut away. I just sort of spot colored the bee with a citrus yellow Spectrum Noir marker, and then a tri-blend marker, and then a black Spectrum Noir marker. And then I also used a little clear glitter pen on my wings, and then I'm backing those with vellum. So to back those, put a little bit of glue on the back of my wing, and now I'm going to just take my tiny scissors. I'm going to start right here. And so you can just sort of spot paper piece if you'd like. Makes for a quick card. Right. And then that we can just glue down right here. And this is Cosmic Shimmer glue that I'm using. I just like to use just touches of little glue on these pieces that are sort of sticking out. I'm not putting any glue on the wings. And I'm just aligning that right there with that wood paper. And I'm just allowing those wings to just be free there. And then you can just put just a little dazzle greeting there and you're all done. Very simple card to put together if you want to get that look of sort of paper piecing without doing a lot of it. If you want to get that look of coloring without having to color a lot of it. All right. Let's try another one. Let's see. What have I got for you? This is a beautiful slimline card, and for this one, Debbie used the wonderful wildflowers. That's what this die looks like. I don't think I showed you the bee die, did I? This is what the bee die looks like. So we've got our wonderful wildflowers, and Debbie used this on a slimline card, which is just gorgeous. I'm going to show you this technique. But first of all, she covered the inside of her card with this beautiful, this one is, I think it's called, let me see, I've written down, this one's like a lavender lilac, I think it is. Purple lavender, was really off. Purple lavender, beautiful glitter cardstock. And then she cut about 3/4 of an inch from the bottom of the card flap only, added some gold. These are, excuse me, these are wonderful little jewel border dazzle stickers, and put those along the bottom and the top. Her greeting is the primary script greeting dazzles in the brown. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, at the center of each one of the flowers, she did a little embossing. I'm going to show you that in a moment here. So first of all, she started out by taking some cardstock. Before we're cutting it down, I think it's easier just to start out with a strip here. And she went ahead and die cut this image once from the white cardstock. And then we're going to take this and we're just going to align it one more time. And I think she started, yes, this direction. And this little line right here is usually where it cuts along the top and the bottom of the card. We're just going to align that right there with this one. Okay, and then you're going to run it through your die cutting machine. Don't forget to tack that down. And then what she did was, once this was all done, so we're going to pretend that's all done, she went ahead and released this from this paper. I'm going to show you like this. We have our card. And then she placed that right there. So you have sort of an open top edge, and then the bottom you can just trim even with the card. Okay, that just makes everything fit nicely. But before doing that, she just took a little dauber, this little sponge dauber, and just added a little translucent clear ink to the center of each one of these, and then just sprinkled this with a little bit of clear bark, and it's a nice dark brown embossing powder. Heated that with a heat gun, and you get these centers. They're kind of a glossy, there we go, it's that nice glossy color. And then we went ahead and continued to use those daubers to color the back. So the color here is not on the cutting dies, it's actually behind it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We've got several different colors here. We've got Pine Tree, Honey Pot, which is a beautiful golden color, Ocean Blue, and Plum Jam. So I guess let's start with the Honey Pot color and show you what it looks like behind these sort of sunflowers. Let me grab my dauber here. I'm going to go actually with Plum Jam because that's the color I have on this dauber. So we're going to take this, and once you've got everything cut to size but it's not glued down, you're just sort of doing a little peek. I'm just going to cut this off. It is just in the way. There we go. So we're going to do this. We're going to take our little jam, Plum Jam, and we're going to just daub that right on there. And then when you push this, put this right down over it, you're going to get some color there. Let's do that a little darker. Just like that. All right, and then you move to your next color. Let's see, let's do a leaf with some Pine Tree color ink. Same goes there. You just sort of lift that up and place that down like that. So you are going to get a little bit of a halo around the outside edge of it, but the colors are really beautiful, and I love that technique, and the colors just all work together so nicely. So great technique. So once that's done, you can then take some like sticky specs glue dots, which are really, really nice to just put down right over the top of it, or go ahead and use your little bottle of glue and just spot glue it like I did with the other card. Very nice, very beautiful. Good job, Debbie. All right, let's put these away. All right, now I have this last one that is just gorgeous. So this one is the Cosmos and Butterflies. And look at this one, this beautiful cutaway card. And this one, Debbie did this on the angle. So I'm going to show you how she did that. You just start off, first of all, she cut her background card. Here's the cutting die. She cut her background card using, this is brand new, Fairy Garden 12 by 12 patterned cardstock. It's beautiful. You're going to see more of this coming soon. And we've got the solid cardstock. So Debbie cut her background card, her 6x6 card, using this double-sided. She used the light pink on the front and the dark pink on the inside. And you just open this up once you cut it to 6x6, open that up, place that on your paper cutter and just cut half of that away, all right? And then she used these beautiful papers from the Fairy Garden. She used this one right here, this corner piece, and just cut it down a little bit. Actually, I think it's this corner. Cut it down a little bit, as you can see here. I think she started right about there and cut that. Instead of just using the entire corner, she wanted to have more open at the top. So she just moved everything over a little bit and cut that down and then glued that to the edge there, right? And then we've also got some beautiful black jewel border dazzles here. And then we've got these beautiful little fairy dazzle stickers, which are adorable. They come like this. This is with the backing removed, so you can see they come with little fairy doors and 2 different sizes, maybe even 3 different sizes on here of sweet little fairies. I love it. All right, so with this one, okay, so she started off with her 6x6. I'm going to show you this way. Started off with the 6x6 paper, put that right there, taped that down, okay? And then that's the result. And then you're going to cut away. She did this from, let me see what color cardstock she did this from. She did this from white cardstock and then did it again from the black paper that came with the Fairy Garden and just laid it right on top of it. This one, just to give it a little more strength. Okay, and then did that once again using this paper right here. So when you're cutting that out, you're not just cutting it into a triangle, you're giving a little bit more, as we talked about, because remember she moved up, and then die cutting that with that beautiful die, and then just gluing that right over the white one. And then she backed these beautiful, before she glued this to the pink cardstock card base, she actually used these beautiful sparkling sheets or iridescent papers. Gorgeous. She used those, and you can see here right on the back. Hold on, she covered them with white cardstock. But anyway, she'd put those in the back, just like I did with the little bumblebee with the vellum, and then she just glued something on the back to make it look a little nicer. Gorgeous, gorgeous card, Debbie. Good job. I love it. So you guys, we've got a fantastic money saver on this collection. And it's right over there on the right-hand side if you're watching us on Paper Wishes webisode page. Really, really beautiful. And, did I miss a card? Here we are. And if you're watching us on YouTube, no worries, we haven't forgot about you. So just look below the video, and we can zoom in back in a little bit. Below the video in the description box, you'll see a link to this Paper Wishes webisode page. Get everything all organized here. There we go. Lots of stuff on my desk. So yes, if you're watching us on YouTube, just look below the video in the description box, and there's a link that'll take you right over to the webisode page. Down below this video on Paper Wishes, you'll see all the items individually. You can add those directly to your cart. What else can I ask you? Oh yes, don't forget to subscribe. We do 4 to 5 of these videos now a week. We wouldn't want you to miss a thing. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.